What's going on, everybody? ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the Star Wars Black Series 40th Anniversary Return of the Jedi Rebel Commando action figure. Now, this figure came out a while ago. I want to say beginning of the year ish. Came out at the price of $34.99. Yikes. But if you were like me and you were patient and waited, I've actually picked up now. This is I've picked up 5 of these guys. They're on Amazon for currently, I think during the Amazon Prime sale is when I'm shooting this, $15. So that's a score right there. Go get as many as you can and army build as much as you want. Regular retail price, $34.99. I've seen them as going for anywhere from $24.99 to $22.99 to now $15 when they're on sale. So the prices range all over the place. But anyway, here's the figure celebrating the last year's 40th anniversary with Return of the Jedi. And it looks really good. I'm very pleased with the packaging. Mine was semi-opened, which is not a big deal. I did that myself. I got a little too overzealous. Here's the back of the card. Shows the rest of the figures, in the wave, which is Bib Fortuna, the Emperor, Poplo, which I still have to get. That's a different story for a different time. The Stormtrooper, Chewbacca, and the Rebel Commando. So there you go. There's the packaging. Big bubble card. It has... according to Hasbro, has deluxe tendencies to it, but I don't see it. Anyway, let's get this guy opened up and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back with the figure out of packaging, and man, I can't tell you guys. I when they announced this, I was super excited about this, and yeah, I couldn't wait to get it. The unfortunate thing was that I had to wait a little bit, and thank God it went on sale, and I was fortunate enough to have that happen because I couldn't get past paying $34.99 when we paid $20 for the Hoth Rebel Commando or Rebel Trooper. And that is one of my absolute favorite Black Series figures, is that Hoth Rebel Trooper. But this guy is right up there with him for the right price. Like I said, if he's on sale, even for $25, I think that's the proper price for him. That's regular retail price as far as Black Series goes. I don't think there's a problem with spending $25 for him. I think it's just that $34.99 price. It sucks. It just sucks. It's awful. But I kind of got him stripped down here as far as being bare bones as you can get. If you open up the vest, you can see that he's got the butterfly joints and all that. It's all covered, so I know it looks a little ugly when you open this up, but you pretty much, if they're anybody, you're gonna have him wearing the vest. So no big deal there. As far as a quick, I don't know, variation option you could do with him, if you wanted to take, or if you don't like Han Solo's cloth coat, I saw that. I was like, you know what? I have an extra Han and an extra coat. Why not switch it up and give him Han's coat, and then I can just put the Han I have in my display with no coat. So, but there you go. You could have one in a coat if you wanted to. I think it fits well. So you can have another variation that way. I know some people don't like soft goods. They like sculpted plastics, which is fine too if that's your thing. I don't know. I tend to like cloth goods if it works. I think it does work. This coat was also supposed to be a baggy kind of trench coat look, so I think it fits the bill as far as that's concerned. Moving on, so that's just a quick little variation if you wanted to do that, which I love my variations. Now, this trooper does have less variations than the Hoth Trooper, just because he doesn't come with he doesn't come with goggles, and he doesn't come with a bandana to cover his mouth or a mask or whatever. So there's a little bit less variation with this guy, but that's just kind of guilty by association due to the design. So, but I gotta say, whether you have this faceplate in or what I like to call the Captain Rex faceplate in, I think you're pretty good. You can also swap heads, and I'll show you a bunch of different variations, which if you happen to join my live streams, which you should join my live streams if you have the chance to, I usually show off some customs and other things that I'm working on as well in my live streams. So, but I'll show them also in this video. He does come with a bandolier, which is nicely painted. As you can see, there's some like gunmetal, shiny-esque paint right there for some of these doodads over there. And then we've got some other stuff over here as far as the bandolier goes. Very nicely sculpted, and I do like the paint. It does break up just the plasticky kind of look a little bit. Maybe this could use a little bit of dry brushing, just a hair. But you can fit it on either way. And I guess if you did want to have another variation, you could have it this way. You could have it backwards if you didn't want everyone to look the exact same, just for some sort of variation's sake. But the design is supposed to go over the right shoulder and swing over to the left. So there you go with that. There's one piece of the puzzle. Next we have the backpack, which it's just a brown plastic. And then we've got some like a hose situation coming from the top of the backpack to the bottom, feeding into whatever's in here. Maybe it's like a radar jamming device or sonar jamming device, or so who knows. It's just stuff I'm making up. But the pockets, the folds, everything looks really nice on the sculpt for the backpack. I quite like this a bit. You got just a little strings hanging down here, which looks nice. A little bit of metal right here that's probably feeding into whatever this is, but it's pretty cool. I like it. And that just fits on like a regular backpack, which I love even more. It's not just a peg-in backpack. It's an actual backpack that sits naturally. I love it. You don't need extra, little slings going around like Captain America to give off the illusion that it's a backpack. It just sits like an actual one, which is really cool. So there you go with that. All right, so for the next part, he comes with a DH-17 blaster pistol. I've always liked the design of the DH-17. It's very unique. It does look otherworldly. It's not too bitten off of a true design to real steel pistols. It is kind of like a darker, kind of like a gunmetal gray. So it's not a black, and I actually have a DH-17 that's sculpted in black. And there you go. You can see the differences. This was 3D printed from a seller a long time ago. But there you go. There's the comparisons. And then next up we have the A280 blaster rifle, my favorite blaster rifle in all of Star Wars. I love this blaster rifle. As far as an assault rifle goes, I think it looks great. It does kind of give off a hair of real world, but I mean, it really does look, when you really look at it, it does look otherworldly. Like there's no, you can almost see like where a magazine would go right here maybe, but it also doesn't look like you need one, And he can grip this perfectly. He can grip either one in the left or the right. They gave him 2 trigger hands, which is necessary. So, I mean, if you want to be crazy and have him dual wielding, you could do that. Or if you want to have him, really expressing himself with just, a blaster pistol, you could, or the rifle, whatever you want to do, you can do it. The world is your oyster as far as posing and firing and whatever you want to do. So pow, 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 pew, 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 pow. All that stuff. All those noises. And then let's get the A280 in him, or on him. And then whenever I'm playing, I still play Battlefront 2. Whenever I'm playing Battlefront 2, I always use the A280. It's just one of my favorites. DH-17 is nice if I'm trying to just quickly run and gun, but for some reason, I don't know, it's just A280 is just so well balanced. I just love using it, and it looks great, and I love seeing my character use it, so that's awesome too. So there you go. Looks really good, and that is the, I want to say the official Rebel rifle, as far as that goes. Looks so good, so darn good. So there you go with that. Let's get the A280 out of the way. We'll just keep it in his hand for now, and then we'll go over the face plates. So the face plate, if you want to get it off, you just kind of have to just pry it from the, I believe, the bottom here. Yep, just like that. And then you've got your fake, your blank face, and then you can put in the, I like to call it Captain Rex face. And it really does sit in nicely, so like the seams look pretty good on it. So if you want to switch it up and you want to have some variety, you could. I think just because, I mean, it would have been great. Maybe this would have been better at a $34 price if you had given us, maybe not given us the DH-17 with it, or keep it, or just, you know, because I really find it hard to believe that for some reason the tooling on this cost that much, where you had to charge us that much just to switch out, just to give us one extra faceplate. It's like, I feel like if it was like, if you got like 5 different faceplates, so like 1 in the package and then 4 other to choose from, and then it came with everything that you see here, that I feel like maybe people would have been like, okay, $34, maybe I can get you know, grasp that, but when the Hoth figure came, and it essentially came with almost the same amount of accessories, and actually came with more for way less, it just seemed like this was kind of a cash grab because they figured people really want it. But anyway, I digress. There is the face sculpt. Let me get in close here so you guys can see it. Looks really good. Very pleased with it. So this is the kind of Captain Rex looking character. I have seen other customizers making it an actual, like, more accurate Captain Rex face with armor on the gauntlets and armor on the legs a little bit. And it's a variation, but I don't know. I don't mind that look for him. But this looks really good. I'm very pleased with it. This is kind of the default face. It actually does kind of remind me of a face that was in Battlefront 2, the newer game from 2017. But anyway, I digress. Let's get this. Well, actually, we'll leave everything on to see how he can emote or articulate with all the accessories on here. So his arms can go up about that far, and you can pretty much T-pose if you need him to. And the arms can go down, full 360 rotation in the arm if you need it to be that for you. He does have the butterfly joint, which he can really get into great sniping poses if you need him to, or just looking down the sights poses. You're not going to have an issue with this guy. Single jointed elbow, but the single jointed elbow is past 90 degrees, well past 90 degrees. Swivel at the elbow as well. He does have a swivel at the wrist, a hinge joint, which is a lateral hinge joint on the left and a vertical hinge joint on the right. So you can still have him posed with a gun in this hand if you want to make him a lefty. You just won't have that vertical hinge to get him to really kind of hold the gun at a certain pose. Anyway, the head, really good range of motion in this head. It's one of the better ones. I still wish that the head could look a little bit further up. Not the end of the world, but his head can look down. It is on a 2-ball peg system. So ball peg up here and then a ball peg down there for the neck. I do like this system. Like I said, I just kind of wish you can get like a little bit more, maybe shift the head back, but I get it. He does have a faceplate on, so maybe that's getting in the way of that as well. Let's see if he's got jive turkeys. Oh yeah, we got some gobbles up in here. He's got head tilt. Looks really good. Can swivel all around. There's no ab crunch or anything like that. Not that I don't think you really need it too much with this guy. But maybe a diaphragm joint would have been nice. I mean, this was a $35 figure originally, but he does have waist twist, and he can kind of pivot side to side. The legs can go out about that far. Nice splits for a guy that won't do them. Legs that go forward, back a little bit, upper thigh swivel, single jointed knee, but it's a really nice hidden single jointed knee, so it's not too bad. And the knee can go up about that far. And then we have a swivel at that knee. We don't have a boot swivel, but we do have a pointy toe. We do have a pointy heel a little bit, and then ankle pivot and 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet and a partridge in a pear tree. So there is everything about the figure itself. I mean, I think it's pretty on par, and it has pretty good range of motion. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to have Marvel Legends level of articulation. These are Star Wars figures. I think the only ones that need to be on par with Marvel Legends range of motion and articulation are the Jedi. Those are the ones that are really doing acrobatics and crazy flips and flying and all over the place. So I think that this is perfectly adequate for what a Rebel Trooper needs to be and or what a Rebel Trooper is. So it's not a detriment against the figure that he doesn't have double jointed this and that. I think a lot of people that have reviewed and are reviewing Star Wars figures nowadays, they are so used to the status quo with Marvel Legends, and Marvel Legends don't offer a lot of sculpting, and that's kind of their issue. So it's kind of a give and take with each toy line, even though it is under the same umbrella as Hasbro. Now, with all that being said, I think what we were given is a good product. Now, I don't agree with the $35 price, which is what it is after tax and everything. I would say definitely wait for the sale, and there's plenty of sales to go around, especially if you're trying to pick these guys up. Go on Amazon. That is the easiest place to get these guys. They're very abundant. Apparently, Amazon has a overstock of them, and I would definitely recommend picking them up. I think it's a really good, solid figure. Really great look, and I'll just do some turnsies here. Everything sits on him naturally. Like, the backpack sits really natural. Like, whoever designed this figure really had a well thought out plan. And just for a kind of a comparison with the two, I'm going to bring in the Hoth Trooper just so we can see kind of the similarities and the differences in how everything is kind of put together. Okay, so here we have our Hoth Trooper with our Rebel Trooper, and like I said, they stack up well with each other. I don't see, there's really nice sculpting going throughout all of this. The sculpting and the paint detail, I want to say, if I have to pick between these two, oh man, maybe it's because I don't know what it is. I really love both. Like, I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, so I used to deal with snow sometimes 6-7 months out of the year. So there's a place in my heart for the Hoth Trooper, being able to take him in the actual snow and kind of take shots and photo, and pose them and play with them in the snow. And the fact that you can also have the extra faces stored in the backpack where you can't do that with him. Maybe I would lean a little bit towards this guy. And he's also still on sale. I mean, you can pick this guy up for like $18, brand new. So they're both on sale, which is great for especially an army builder. Maybe a lot of people aren't giving the Rebel Troopers so much love. I love them, so this is right up my alley. I plan on getting like at least a couple more of him, and then just customizing variations in different heads. But I still love this Hoth Trooper. My God, they're just, I want to say this, maybe the Rebel Trooper is just a hair below the Hoth Trooper, but it's because of the face covering and the goggles, and then just simply being able to lift that up, and then there's another character, and then, oh wait, there's another character, and then flipping this down or flipping that up or taking the bandana off or whatever. You have another character. So it's really cool that you have that variety with the Hoth Trooper. So it's quite nice. I do enjoy it. I'm hoping we maybe will get a 2-pack in the future with an Endor style Rebel Trooper, with maybe just re-release this guy with a female Rebel Trooper as well. That would be pretty cool. Or you can use this body for custom, which that's what I plan on doing. Actually, you could use, and she goes for pretty cheap, the Princess Leia Endor Leia with the poncho. She goes for pretty cheap, just under retail. But I have seen her going for around anywhere from $15 to about $25. So I think this is a good body base for a Rebel Trooper. So if you wanted to swap the heads and make it a female trooper, you could do that. But yeah, I think they pair up well together. So there's another option for you. We'll bring in my Rhodian sniper here. And then we'll bring in friggin' Ponda Baba head, dude. You will have to use the neck from the Ponda Baba figure, and he's pretty abundant. He goes for like anywhere from $9 to $13 right now on sale. And then let me switch out the head, and we'll just get a whole crew of people here. Here's my guy. He's kind of the captain of the crew. So there you go. My little custom of me character, a me character. But yeah, so this is, I mean, this week you can switch things up. You can give them alien heads also, and you can have some differentiation between them. And maybe that's where people kind of got caught up and didn't see the potential with this trooper, was the fact that, oh, well, you only get 2 face sculpts. And I'm like, yeah, but you can swap the heads with like literally any other head. I mean, even the Lightning Collection civilian heads will fit on these bodies, and they fit the proportions well too. So, I mean, you can go with that if you want to. So whatever you guys want to do, but I would definitely give this guy a 2 thumbs up, way up. Like I said, for the price, I mean, if you're paying $25 for them, I think that's a good price. If you're paying less, even better. I don't know if I definitely wouldn't recommend $35. I don't think he's worth that. So Hasbro kind of goofed on that one. But if you get them for $25 or less, I would say go for it. Absolutely still. But the figure itself, 2 thumbs up. I think as far as quality and variety goes, I think they nailed it. The sculpt, the detail, the accessories, I think they really nailed it as far as that goes. And I love the faceplate swaps. I wish Hasbro would just make a faceplate swap pack for like the Hoth guys and then the Rebels, so we can really get some mix and match. I mean, even throw some alien heads in there. We could swap the heads and whatever. That'd be great. But yeah, you know, that's wishful thinking. So I don't know why I would even assume they would consider something like that. But 2 thumbs up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.